In the dimly lit corners of the lavish ballroom, Lady Isabel's scarlet lips whispered secrets that could ruin empires. Chapter 3 thrusts you into the heart of a masquerade where masks hide more than just faces, and the line between ally and adversary blurs. As the orchestra's seductive melodies fill the air, a dance of deceit begins. Behind every fan and feathered headdress, hidden agendas and dangerous liaisons await. Tonight, amidst the swirling gowns and sparkling jewels, a revelation will shake the foundations of high society to its very core. Chapter 3 The Long-Distance Labyrinth. Hidden in an old box, a letter from the past threatened to shatter the present. Jasmine had always been fond of Sundays, a day of relaxation and self-care. But this particular Sunday was different. She decided to declutter her apartment, a therapeutic activity to match the whirlwind of emotions from her recent encounters with Rick. Amidst a pile of old papers and magazines, a sealed envelope caught her attention. The handwriting was familiar, yet seemed like a distant memory. The return address revealed it was from Rick, dated 10 years ago. Heart racing, Jasmine carefully opened the envelope. Inside, a neatly folded letter and a pressed rose petal fell onto her lap. She began to read. Dear Jasmine, by the time you read this, I'll be thousands of miles away. It breaks my heart to leave without saying goodbye. But I want you to know that I never stopped loving you, not for a single moment. I hope one day we can reunite and pick up where we left off. Until then, this rose petal is a symbol of our undying love, plucked from the rose you gave me on our last date. Forever yours, Rick. Jasmine's hands trembled as she read the letter, tears streaming down her face. The pain of their separation, which had faded over the years, now resurfaced with a vengeance. She had so many questions. Why hadn't she found this letter earlier? Would things have been different if she had? The weight of the what-ifs was overwhelming. Suddenly, the phone rang, jolting her back to the present. It was Sarah. Hey, Jazz, I was just thinking about you. How are you holding up? Jasmine tried to muster a response, but her voice was choked with emotion. Sarah, I found a letter from Rick. There was a pause on the other end. Oh, Jas, do you want to talk about it? Jasmine sighed. I don't even know where to begin. Sarah's voice was gentle and reassuring. It's okay. Take your time. I'm here for you. Jasmine leaned back on her couch, clutching the letter close to her chest. The revelations from Rick, and now this letter were turning her world upside down. But deep down, she knew she needed answers. And there was only one person who could provide them. It was time to confront her past face to face with Rick. A secret cafe rendezvous, 2 cups of coffee, and memories that refused to fade. Rick sat nervously in a dimly lit corner of Café Lumière, their favorite spot from a decade ago. He had suggested the venue, hoping the familiar surroundings would make their reunion less awkward. He remembered how they'd spend hours talking, laughing and dreaming about their future together. As he sipped his black coffee, he noticed the exact table where Jasmine had playfully sketched their initials inside a heart on a napkin, sealing it with a kiss. He wondered if she still had that napkin. His thoughts were interrupted when Jasmine walked in. Time seemed to stand still. She looked just as breathtaking as he remembered, though there was an unmistakable look of determination in her eyes. Rick, she greeted, taking the seat opposite him. Jasmine, he responded, his voice slightly shaky. It's been a while. She wasted no time. I read your letter, Rick. Why didn't you ever tell me? Why did you leave? Rick hesitated. It was complicated, Jasmine. My family, the business, the pressure. I felt trapped, and I thought leaving was the only option. Jasmine's eyes filled with tears. But why not tell me? We could have faced it together. Rick lowered his head, guilt evident on his face. I know, and it's my biggest regret. The cafe was silent, save for the soft hum of conversations around them. Their coffee grew cold as they reminisced about the past, sharing memories and confronting painful truths. Do you still love me? Jasmine's question caught Rick off guard. He looked into her eyes, searching for answers. Every single day, he replied. Jasmine took a deep breath. I need time, Rick. Time to process everything. Rick nodded. I understand. I'll wait, no matter how long it takes. As they walked out of the cafe, they felt the weight of a decade's worth of emotions, but for the first time in years, there was hope. Hope for reconciliation, hope for love, and hope for a future together. This is chapter 3 of a 6-part short story. The easiest way to watch or listen to the other 5 parts of this story is to either subscribe to the Romance Diaries on YouTube or click on the link in the description below. If you subscribe to the Romance Diaries, you can also enjoy other stories of love, romance, heartache, cheating and betrayal, and by clicking on the notification bell at the same time we can let you know every time we bring out a new video. And if you would like to experience your own real-life romance, why not click on one of our sponsors, which you will also find in the description.